There must be someone up above. Say you come on, Brittany. You got to come on. You got to hold on.
Hey there, Raider Nation. Welcome back. This is Mrs. Watt coming to you today with another feature, talking with our local businesses in Fairport, some outside of Fairport. And today we are very lucky and honored to be talking with Clawsons' very own Alberto Lupia. And he is the manager at Clawsons, and he's joined us today. Thank you so much, Alberto, for being with us.
Thank you, Ms. Watts. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, obviously, you and I've talked beforehand a little bit about how important Clawsons is to Fairport. So many people have made Clawsons a part of their daily routine, whether it's on the way to work for a lunch break, on the way home from work to grab something from the store. And so during these weird times, we really want to make sure that we're supporting all of the local business near us. Obviously, Clawsons has been such a huge supporter of Fairport schools for a really, really long time, and we're missing Clawsons, and I think Clawsons is missing the community. But before we jump too far into the questions, tell us a little bit about your role at Clawsons and how long you've been there.
Well, I came up here from Sarasota County. I used to be in the food business for a long time. At Clawsons right now, I've been there almost 3 years. I've been running the store as a manager there. Helping the owners out, Mike and Kerry Ronzo. And I do a lot of stuff. I help out with the grocery part of the store. I do a lot of the food orderings in the back. Hopefully when this is all said and done, the virus, we can go back to normal and start getting the food truck back out to a lot of events that people ask about. But being there, managing, helping them out, doing what it takes to make, the business run smoothly.
Right. Well, so I guess obviously talking a little bit more about that, share with all the listeners what's been the most difficult part for a small business like Clawsons during this pandemic and trying to manage all the changes coming your way.
Well, there hasn't been that much for us, as much of other places due to the fact that a lot of customers know us and they still come into us as a / mini grocery store and a deli and a pizzeria. The hardest part of basically for everybody is just keeping them all safe and make sure we have all the product for all the customers.
That's awesome. And it's great, obviously, that you've been able to stay open and still, service people in the community. So are you finding, you said, obviously, a lot of the locals who know you well and have relied on that for a long time are still coming in. So it sounds like you are able to maintain some, at least anyways, of your business.
Correct. Yes. Plus, we're getting a lot of new customers as well.
Oh, that's great. That's good news. Well, so I guess, obviously you having to be physically at the store and reporting every day and other workers too, even just behind the register. Are you or anybody there at all concerned for your own health or safety or the precautions that you're taking to make sure that everyone there is staying safe?
No, not as much. I mean, we go through a policy, where we make sure everybody comes in. First thing they do, of course, is because they're coming from outside. We don't know what they touch. They got to wash their hands, make sure everything's clean, wear the gloves like we're supposed to when you're prepping the food. We keep the store honestly clean all the time. When customers come in, as soon as they leave, we're bleaching the door handles, the counters, things that they touch, so everybody's safe. But for ourselves, we're all good. We watch each other and make sure everything's smooth.
Right. And so, obviously it's a smaller store. And so it'd be understandable if some people had, reservations maybe about coming in. So talk a little bit about, I guess, sort of, what you've observed thus far about customers coming in and out and being able to respect that sort of distance that, that 6 feet apart.
Well, when the people call in, for example, when they place orders, we know how much time to give to each customer depending on the item they order. So we try to separate ourselves between a pizza and an order of wings or a sub. So we try to spread out a little bit longer than normal. But when customers come in, most of all, a lot of people understand what's going on. So the health department, they all know, and they keep their 6 feet or 5 feet away from each other. We do have people that come in, wearing the gloves, the masks like they should be wearing. And we just watch, make sure everything is not getting packed in there where everybody's on top of each other.
Right. Well, so that's great that people are respecting that safe distance apart, and that they're still willing to come in. So one of the things I think that is obviously a little bit unique to Clawsons is that not only are you able to, obviously do the pizza orders and subs and things like that, but being a small grocery store, what are some of the items that folks could, if they wanted to, if they're not looking to go into a big place like Wegmans or an Aldi's or something large scale, what are some of the items that they can pick up in Clawsons that might be helpful?
Well, of course, we have milk, we have bacon, we have eggs, we have orange juice. You can get cookies, you can get bread, homemade bread as well too, that we make there in the mornings. We
Right.
got Marcello's bread. We have candy, we have soups, we have drinks, beverages from types of different beers, types of sodas, type of energy drinks. There's a whole bunch. Basically, it's a mini Wegmans into one. That they don't have to go. Vegetables are the one thing we don't sell, like lemons or apples. We're not there.
Sure.
But most of the other stuff, ice cream. We have different types of ice cream. We have Perry ice cream. We have Ben and Jerry's. We have novelty ice cream.
Right.
Bread from Wonder Bread to homemade bread. Breakfast stuff, pancake mix, syrup, jelly, peanut butter. We have a
Wow.
lot of stuff. And not just the mini grocery, but with the food and everything too on that hand, we're also making dinners now. So certain
Right.
days of the week, you can get a chicken parm, a chicken French, a lasagna, or even spaghetti and meatballs, like freshly homemade stuff.
Awesome. So if people wanted to know more about that part of it, like the dinners that you're prepping ahead of time and certain nights, where can they find that information? What's the best way to get that out to folks in the community?
They can go on the Facebook for Clawson's Deli and
Okay.
Grocery.
Okay.
We have usually Wednesday mornings, depending on the day of the week, we'll put out items out there when you can pre-order. But if they know about it already, a lot of people pre-order like Mondays and Tuesdays for a pickup on Saturday. You can always pre-order ahead of time. It doesn't have to be the day of. You could do 24 hours, 48 hours, 72, whatever you need, a week, a month, whatever it is, we can do.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. And so, which is an amazing option. Honestly, so many people are looking to do what they can to try to support, local businesses right now, just like Clawson's, knowing that it's just a different time, right? And the volume might be a little bit different, but it sounds like you are finding lots of different creative ways to try to, meet people's needs and still maintain business.
Exactly. And that's what's the most important to us is what the customers want,
Yeah, that's awesome. Well,
is
so
what they need to make life easier.
yeah, well, and people appreciate that right now for sure. And so, I mean, to that point, a lot of times when people are going into different grocery stores and things like that, they're finding that some of the things that they're looking for, they're just not there, right? They're finding empty shelves, and there's an ebb and flow to that for sure. So, are you finding that you're able to keep things pretty well stocked for the most part?
Most of the time, yes. Sometimes we don't have the control on stuff that if we run out of, it comes from the vendors delivering to us.
Yeah,
So we feel bad because if we don't have it, because the vendors didn't give it to us, we can't help the customers.
sure.
But like the whole epidemic in the beginning with toilet paper and paper towels, I mean, 99% of the time we have them.
Yeah, that's great. So
Um,
people,
and
if they're showing up, they can pretty much, for the most part, find what they're looking for.
right, and they can call us too if they don't want to come out, they want to call just to make sure we have it. They can call as well too.
That's a great safety precaution as well. That way, you're not kind of making that risk if you don't really need to, calling ahead to make sure that you have it in stock. That's great because a lot of stores aren't even doing that right now, right? Like they're just too bombarded to check inventory and to answer people's
Exactly.
volume of calls. So
And also, if they want to too, if, for example, if they are afraid to come inside the store,
right,
depending how busy we are, we do help people saying, hey, can we get curbside? Like, can you bring it out to the car?
yeah,
Absolutely. They could pay over the phone. And then as
yep,
soon as they come, they call us to tell them they're here. But like I said, depending how busy,
yeah,
you don't want to call in the middle of a Friday night when we're slammed.
of course, yeah, that makes.
But most of the time we try to help everybody out.
That's awesome. Well, so, what else is there anything else that you want to share, with the community that would be important, for specifically trying to help support Clawsons? And is there anything else that you feel like is unique to you guys that you'd want folks to know?
Well, the one thing we want everybody to know is one, of course, be safe to everybody. We
Of
want
course.
them, safety is always first. And what Clawsons has always been here for them and always will be there for them.
Yeah.
whatever they need, just give us a call. If we can do it, we'll be glad to help them out and make it for them.
That's awesome.
If they have questions about anything, curbside, what do we carry? When can we order this meal? Or, the big thing about Clawsons is breakfast pizza.
I was just
It's a
going to ask.
big thing, Clawson.
You're reading my mind. Can people still get breakfast pizza?
Always. And, a lot of people don't realize, one thing I've learned in my 3 years is a lot of people call up and like, oh, I know it's like 5 o'clock. Can we get breakfast pizzas? Breakfast pizzas from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays.
Okay.
So no matter what time of day, you can order a breakfast pizza.
That's good news. I think you just made a lot of people really happy who've been, maybe missing that for a while. So Clawsons is still good for coffee run, still good for breakfast pizza, still running, still helping people out.
Absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we really, really appreciate everything that you're doing for the community and trying to meet people's needs, and again, have always been such a great partner with all of the schools in Fairport. And so we thank you for that, and sincerely, hope that you and all the staff at Clawsons are doing well, and that you continue to remain safe. And thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you very much, and happy safe to everybody in the community. Thanks for helping us.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.